Do you have a client right now that's not paying you or giving you trouble regarding the service you provided or something like that, and eventually is classified as a trouble client? Then I want you to watch this video, okay? My name is Isak with 2B Green Consulting, and in today's video, I'm gonna help you develop a process that you can help your current trouble client and mitigate all future clients from becoming trouble clients in the future, okay? I've made it my mission and my passion to help guys in the lawn care industry and landscape industry make the startup phase and the eventual build-up phase so much smoother, because I went through the exact process myself. I remember having trouble clients that would give me every excuse for not paying, and it really bothered me. Like, I'm sure it bothers many of you. Then I developed a process that made it a lot smoother, a lot less stress, and basically eliminated all trouble clients from my problem, okay? I'm going to be teaching you this information with a 3-part process. Number 1, the client communication, then the client education, and then eventually screening our clients from becoming trouble clients in the beginning, okay? So what you're going to see is that trouble clients do not come at the pay due date, okay? They come from the start at the beginning of the job description, actually. Okay, the first communication you have with the client is the telltale sign of either a potential trouble client or a good client. That's why I'm spending more time on this than anything else. So how do you communicate clearly with a client? That's what it is. You need to be clear with everything. You need to be clear on price. You need to be clear on what the job entails. You need to be clear on your crew. How you communicate with clients is vital, because you and the client need to be on the same understanding. That's where almost all trouble clients arise from, is that they expect something and you're only delivering over here. If you can be clear on exactly what the job entails and how you're going to operate, what time you're going to arrive, all these different things, that's going to eliminate 90% of your trouble clients. Now, this doesn't mean that you are going to have to sell a smaller job, or you're going to land fewer jobs, because you should be able to sell the level of job according to your client need, what your client needs. So this isn't a bad thing, being clear on what your client is expecting. Now, under client education, we don't want to overcomplicate. That's a no-go. Now, where's the line between overcomplicating and effectively educating our clients? It's by only telling what they need. What does this mean? This means that, do the client needs to know how much you're spending on gas? No. Does the client need to know what truck you're driving? No. They need to know they need to know a little bit about your crew. They need to know about the job, the price. Also, the schedule is important. How often you're going to do. With lawn care, how often you're going to mow the lawn. What's your payment process? How they're going to take payment. Key takeaways to educate why the price is where it's at and why it's not lower, why it's not higher. If you can explain that, and you can explain why the job is important and what the job entails, the client is going to be more comfortable with you. They're going to be more comfortable with the job you're producing, and they'll likely even be more happier because of it. Not only are you going to lose a trouble client, or the potential of a trouble client, you're going to gain a much more trustworthy and a client that's good for the future. Look at the contrast. Somebody who's struggling to pay you because they're unhappy with the job you produce, or they are giving you excuses, compared to a client that you are going to be able to serve for the long future to come. We can all see the difference. Now, how do you screen a client? Okay, because for some of you, these are going to be obvious things that Isak, of course, that's how we talk to any client. That's how we sign up a job. That's part of the estimate process. So how do we screen a client? This is going to be for those of you who are walking to speak with a client on the first introduction, and you want to know exactly how you can screen a client for somebody who's going to be trustworthy and serve you well for the foreseeable future, and somebody who's going to be a trouble client. I know exactly where you're coming from. So, small things like their body language. you don't need to be a mentalist, but you need to listen how they speak. Look at the condition of their property. You'll ask questions like, what have you done with landscaping in the past? Where do you work? How long have you been in the area? What kind of money have you spent in the past on a similar type of job? And based on their responses, based on their body language, based on exactly what their goals are with the project, you are going to be able to screen the client for, okay, they are looking for this for a valid cause, and you kind of screen them for the income that they have. You don't ask things like exactly how much they're making, but you sort of screen them for how comfortable they are with the price. Reason why this stuff is much smaller is because you can read somebody perfectly well from the start and they can be perfectly trustworthy, but if you and your client don't have equal ground on what the job entails, the price, understanding why the price is what it is and how you're going to do the job, what the job entails, it's just going to bring confusion, going to bring upset, and you're not going to have a happy client at the end of it, even if they just suck it up and they just pay the price. Just getting we have to look at our clients as more than just the one job. We're looking at our clients to try to build somebody for the future that can be valuable to us regarding upsells too, okay? Now, I realize that this brief demonstration, it's very broad, okay? And that's been the purpose, because I'm trying to help as many of you guys as possible. But you still need this information to be personalized to you, and there's so much more information that I could go into if I know exactly what's going into your trouble client. If you want more help with your exact trouble client, just book a call with me down in the description below. We're going to talk exactly about your trouble client and just about that. I'm going to understand more about the situation you're in, and I'll be able to develop a strategy based off of your exact client. Now, in some situations where the client's not responding, it's the end of the season, stuff like that, your best bet is to cut services as quickly as possible. I was in your situation as well. I was like short-term mindset where I thought, man, I need the jobs now. I need the money. I should do the job because it's too trusting. Of course, everybody's gonna pay. It's the wrong mindset to have, and you want to cut ties as quickly as possible. You're not going to hunt them down forever. You might do 1 or 2 calls per season, but at the end of the season, but there's not that much that's worth your doing, especially with smaller jobs. Hey, this has been Isak Bjork with 2B Green Consulting. Thank you for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.